Hello, this is Jacob Hiller with a Jump Manual, and we're going to talk a little controversy today. We're going to talk about using leg press and if and when you should use it, or if you should be shunned for using a leg press. Anyways, I just want to open up with the reason that we ever use leg press is because when we use it with our athletes, whether it's for athletes who want to avoid spinal loading or whether it's athletes who need to develop more explosive quad strength, whatever it is, the reason that we have continued using it is because we see carryover to the sport-specific movement, aka the vertical jump. If we didn't see carryover from using and complementing our program with the leg press, we would stop using it. And I'll also say that I am open to being convinced that leg press is worthless and should be completely abandoned, etc., and that we should shun others who look at the leg press. Anyways, I know this is kind of a hot topic. I know I'm also going to get some maybe hate mail or some hate messages, and I'm welcome to being wrong on the subject. I'm welcome to change my mind on the subject, and I'm also only welcome to discussing it in a friendly manner. So if you do want to leave comments, please discuss the topic. No attacks. Just kind of talk about why or why not you think the leg press should be used, and that's cool. I won't delete your comments. But if you attack me or anything like that, or say rude things, I will probably delete your comment. So with that being said, this was actually a question that was left on our new blog section. If you haven't checked out the new blog, do it now. freeverticaljumptraining.com. Click on the Ask Us button, and you can ask questions, and I will answer them in videos and or articles. So let's talk about the leg press. Now, initially, I used the leg press and had others use the leg press to avoid spinal loading, and I prefer a leg press that allows you to lie flat and press, really isolate the quads. And I'm not alone in using the leg press as a supplement or complementary lift to strengthen the quads. And one thing that I really like about it is it requires a little skill. And a lot of others are going to say, well, you got to take the time and learn the skill, to do a proper front squat or to do a more quad dominated squat. Well, the way I teach the real squat or box squat or deadlift is extremely glute and hamstring and hip extension dominant, which is a good thing. But if that's all we're doing, if you're a purely glute or ham dominant athlete, you will benefit from more explosive quads. And not only will you benefit in your vertical jump, but you'll see an increase in your squat period, in your ATG squat, in your parallel squat. You will see an increase. So if you are going to use a leg press, here's the wrong way to do it. First, let's talk about the wrong way to use the leg press for a vertical jump regimen. The wrong way would be to only use the leg press and really not do any other lifts, and that's basically how you go about strengthening the prime movers to jump higher. That would be the wrong way to use the leg press, because you're only really developing your quads, and you may not even be developing them in the most sport specific way. The right way to use them would be one of the following ways. One, your main lifts are still going to be compound, explosively executed lifts, such as posterior chain, ham glute dominated squats, ham glute dominated box squats, jump squats, ham glute dominated full squats, all these things. And then you can complement this either on specific days or at the end of your workout after these more skillful, more compound lifts to complement it with the leg press. And that's how we do it with our program. And we track it always. So if you're going to use the leg press, as you should all of your exercises, you should be tracking your progress so that you can see whether or not there's a correlation between your gains in the leg press and the gains that you have with your vertical jump. So one way to do it is at the end of your series to use the leg press and to work up to a heavy weight, and for strength base. And again, one of the reasons that I like to have athletes who are really building a strength base jump into the leg press is because there's little skill required. Again, we're building our skill in the other lifts that are more quad dominant. but at the same time, it's something you can jump into, you can do extremely explosively, you can do safely, and you can actually increase your strength. Some are going to say, is this the best way to go about it? That's arguable. Is there better ways to go about it? Possibly. Is this a way that I have found is extremely accessible? I think it is. And the way we do it is we always couple it. We start with our more compound lifts, and whether we're targeting the posterior chain or the anterior chain or any of the other prime movers, we do the more complicated, more compound lifts first, followed by the leg press. So we also want to couple any of our movements with sport-specific explosive movements, such as depth jumps, maximum effort vertical jumps. The way I say it is you should never do any strength training period without also coupling it with the sport-specific skill. You can do the sport-specific skill without weight training, without strength training, but I would not recommend that you do any weight training or strength training without also coupling it with the sport-specific skill that you're trying to do. Again, you are not a power lifter. You only care about how much you squat, how much you deadlift, how much you leg press. You only care about that in regards to how it helps you increase the sport-specific movement, aka vertical jump, sprint, agility, etc. So, if you're trying to avoid spinal loading, or if you're just trying to increase your quad strength and your quad explosiveness, I do think that the leg press is a tool that you can use. Do I think it's the end-all be-all? I think that's the wrong way to go about it. But I do think it has some positive effects. So, obviously, you can see by the way I'm approaching this that there are going to be people who will shun you. If you say you do the leg press, or you have used the leg press in certain forms, they will say, you're an idiot, or that, that has nothing to do with vertical jump, or there's no carryover. Well, the only reason that I do it is because I've seen results with it in myself and in those that we train. And again, I'm welcome your comments, welcome your constructive criticisms to discuss the topic, and any experiences that you might have. Are there alternatives to building quad strength? There's front squats, there's lunges, there's step-up lunges, and there's ways to execute the squat in a different way, such as breaking at the knees a little earlier before you break at the hips, etc. There's other techniques to target the quads other than the leg press, but again, I think the leg press is a tool you can use, especially for those who are looking to place heavy tension on the quads without spinal loading, or want to take a break from spinal loading, or just are working on the proper flexibility and the proper form to execute some of the exercises, and in the meantime just want to add some muscle tension to their lifts and build that strength. So to the user who posted a question on the Ask Us wall, I hope this answers your question on how you can use it. I would use it at the end of the workout after the more skill-based compound lifts, and I would go up to a heavy weight, so that you would be doing for, I wouldn't go over 8 repetitions ever, and I would probably keep them between 2 and 6, and then record what you're able to do for your maxes, whether you set a new max for your one rep, or whether it's a 3 rep max, or whatever it is. Make sure that you track how your strength is gaining, and that you're always tracking your vertical jump as well, so you can see any correlations. Anyways, hope you found this informative. It's probably going to engender some comments, which I'm welcome to. So look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye. Before I go, I just want to let you know that in using the leg press, at times we often add some accommodating resistance to the leg press, and I'm going to show you a picture of how we do that. Again, the reason we do that is so that we can have maximum tension, or exert maximum effort through the entire range of motion, and also kind of eliminate the deceleration at the end of the lift, so that you can lift explosively through the entire lift. And we like it, and again, we've found results with it. You can take a look at it, see what you think, and that's it.